Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. Today, Taylor the Fiend talks about why modern relationships are doomed. Let's get into it.
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
Seriously low moments, I'm finally at a place where I'm feeling empowered, confident, at peace, and excited about my future. I choose me, and I hope that this inspires you to choose you too.
What a disaster. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, the total narcissism of this kind of thing is just insane to me, guys. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, every single picture, every single frame was her wearing little clothing and like just showing off herself for as many guys as possible. Like, this is how you can tell society is in decline, guys. Like, look at that. Like, what is that? Utterly and totally ridiculous.
5 things I wish I knew before college. Number 1, don't do long distance. I know I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this, and I'm not saying it won't work, but I can definitely say that it's not gonna be easy, and you're gonna miss out on a huge chunk of your college experience.
That's right. Oh, look, she even says she's not just talking about the messy hookups and the nights out, literally. Guys, you let go of invisible friends, okay? Like, if you have a long distance girlfriend, quote unquote, you're not going to get a girlfriend experience. What you're going to get is a girl talking to you on the phone and she's going to go and sleep with Chad. That's what's going to happen. Look at this girl. Like, she's literally, and she's also telling on the college experience, right? 5% of men are hooking up with 95% of the college girls. That's what's happening. So who's participating in hookup culture anyway?
I'm not just talking about the messy hookups and the nights out, although those have their own charm. But even with that, your mind is always elsewhere. You're always living for the weekend in anticipation of talking to them or seeing them. Ultimately, that prevents you from being present and living your life.
Right, so living your life means sleeping with Chad at every possible opportunity. Wonderful. Great advice. Love it. Perfect.
Remember, I would always calculate the time for when I need to talk to him on FaceTime, missing out on so many spontaneous and fun moments with my friends or just meeting people.
Right, so when she's saying meeting people, fun, spontaneous moments, she means girls' night out, she means sleeping with Chad, she means all this kind of stuff. Because apparently this is what being in college is about. It's not about education, it's not about getting a better life, it's about sleeping with Chad. So she's complaining, I wish that I was never in a long-distance relationship because it took away from my ability to sleep with Chad. Like, what is this, guys? Like, this is nuts to me.
From someone who tried it, realized how depressed it made her, ended it, and then got all of her serotonin back.
That's right. Now she's living a best life, guys. Living a best life. As many N count as possible, guys. As much chatting it up as possible, guys. That's what it is, to get all your serotonin back. And then when she's 35 plus with counts and boxed wine, who has to pick up the tab? Who has to pick up the check? You do. Alright, shitting time. Go to my Patreon and subscribe, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian R, and Tom M. Link is in the description. Just click on the video and there's this thing that says more. That's where they are. Okay? Okay, shitting's over. Oh, buy my books also at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Okay, now shitting's actually over.
Number 2, no, all of your problems are not going to be solved once you get to college. Just knowing this before you get to college with your duffel and your rose-colored glasses and realize that now you have to worry about XYZ will really prevent you from being disappointed. Yeah, sure, a huge obstacle is out of the way, you got into college, but what you don't realize is that life goes on and you're going to be tested in many other ways. But the good
Bye, Chad.
Good news is it's nothing that you can't already handle. Number 3, don't make out with random guys you've just met in public when you go out. Now, most of us have been there, but please.
Wow! Look at this girl telling on herself. Most of us have been there. Kissing random guys in public when you go out. You see, guys? This is what she didn't want to miss out on and what she ended her relationship over. You see, guys? This is what college is. 95% of girls are hooking up with the top 5% of men, and the other men are invisible, right? And they're just, oh, he's cute, and one thing led to another, and then 10 years down the line, when she's 28, 29, 32, 33, whatever, and married to some guy, she's still thinking about that one random guy she kissed at that party that one time, or that guy she slept with within 20 minutes of meeting him. That's how it is, guys.
Please avoid doing this. Now, unless you're in some random country with some random guy you're not gonna see, it's just kind of messy. But not only that, like, no one really needs to be in your business like that. Like, babe, it's okay to be a mystery. You can do so privately, self-discipline yourself, and go and make out with this person or do whatever you want in the comfort of your own tiny ass dorm. Number 4.
Exactly. Like, so what's the advice there actually? Don't stop sleeping with Chad. No. That's fine. Hookup culture is great and perfect for everyone. Don't stop doing that. No, perish the thought. But make sure you hide it as much as possible, right? And attached to this is don't post it on your social media, right? Hide all the guys you're seeing from every other guy you're seeing. Of course. Ridiculous.
4. Pace your shots, but also pace yourself. For the love of God, please don't take shots back to back. You will probably black out, text your ex, or post something on Snapchat with a nip slip in it. More importantly, just like you want to pace your shots, you also want to pace yourself.
So again, guys, what is the moral of the story here? This girl is a walking disaster. She looks all nice and cute and innocent. You would think the girl's 19, the girl's 20. She won't be, she won't have that high an end count. She'll be fine, Like I can teach her how to be like a nice girl for me, and everything will be fine. Meanwhile, this is her TikTok or whatever. This is her Snapchat. Her talking about how she's, blacking out, making out with random guys, like just sleeping around, like hookup culture, like she broke up with her boyfriend to like just be with as many guys and quote unquote meet as many people as possible. Like what is this?
I wish I knew that there was absolutely no rush to try everything at once.
Read everyone.
Try to meet every person, go to every single party. You have a whole 4 years to figure it out, and if you do it all at once, you're going to burn yourself out and feel really, really lost.
Oh, you mean become an alpha widow? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which she's totally not, by the way. She's fine, guys. She's totally not damaged, okay? Just totally not. She's totally not an alpha widow. She totally hasn't hooked up with, like, more than the amount of guys you can count on your fingers and toes. Totally not, okay?
Take your own time to get to know yourself. Don't worry, the world, meaning the frats and all the brads, are going to be all there once you're ready. And last but certainly not least, buy a coffee machine. It took me until junior year to realize how much money and time this will save you.
Oh, by the way, guys, who are the only guys that she's talking about? Is she talking about the, the nice guy in her class that like brings her coffee? No. She's talking about all the brads and chads out there and how she's sleeping with them. Notice, those are the only guys that girls pick when they're in their absolute biological prime. Just notice that, guys. It's better time spent becoming a superior man than chasing after these girls. Believe me, guys. Because again, once you're a superior man, that doesn't leave easily. That has staying power. That will remain with you from when you're 25 to when you're 85. Of course, you'll decline a little bit. Whereas if you're chasing these girls, all you'll get is wasted time and money.
Still enjoy my $7 mocha? Yeah, but also think about this. Saving money on coffee equals saving money equals spending money on something else. Like maybe those really cool sneakers or that summer trip to Paris. If you know these 5 things before...
This girl is literally like the most materialistic, like narcissistic, like... What is this, guys? This is like what every single American advertisement has been made for, to create people like this. This is what an NPC looks like, guys. This is what. My.
College, you will...
Okay, now Taylor's intro.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, guys, we are going to be talking about why modern relationships are absolutely doomed.
Disaster.
Now, we're going to be kicking it off by breaking down a clip from this woman right here, who, as you might already recognize, is obviously the modern day Aristotle here. So
Literally.
she's been going through the 5 things that she wishes she knew before she went into college. And of course, guys, it's just completely
hilarious.
Basically a whole bunch of garbage. So we're going to be jumping into it, breaking it down. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Wish I knew before college. Number 1, don't do long distance. I know I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this, and I'm not saying it won't work, but I can definitely say that it's not gonna be easy, and you're gonna miss out on a huge chunk of your college experience. I'm not just talking about the messy hookups and the nights out, although those have their own charm, but
Red flag number 1 of like 500 that are present in this video,
Literally.
guys, is this woman, by virtue of the fact that she's in a relationship, feels as though she's missing out on getting with other random dudes, okay?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like, she feels that because she's, yeah, and again, as I said, relationships, like, it's not about, like, you know, deepening your connection with a guy, or, you know, your life being better as a result of the guy, or no, it's you are taking away from my ability to sleep with Chad, Brad, Thad, etc. It's nuts, guys.
Okay, and this is the thing. If you have a girl and her thought process is, I don't want to be tied down by a relationship,
Then don't give her one.
okay, let her go then.
Exactly.
Why are you in a relationship in the first place?
Indeed.
You know, she's treating it as though a relationship is something that is preventing her from having experiences. Then why be in one in the first place? And this,
Well, I understand. We know exactly why girls are in relationships. It's because it makes her look good to her parents, it makes her look good to a peer group, it makes her look good to her friends, it makes her look good to her family. Of course, she doesn't want it. She wants to hook up with Chad and Brad and whoever, right? And it's really funny because later on in the video she says, "Look at all the you know, don't worry, they'll be there when you're ready." Actually, no, they'll only be there from when you're 18 to 23, and you don't realize that, right? And again, on some biological level, I'm sure they do, right? Which is why they try to have a kid with them as fast as possible. But the problem is, those guys don't want to marry you. They don't want to invest in you. They don't want to take care of that kid, right? So you're destroying your whole life by choosing these guys. Not that they know this or care, but, you know.
this is what a lot of modern women do, guys, is they get in a relationship with a dude, but at the same time, they still want to go out there and have their fun.
Exactly.
You know, they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want that guy who's going to be supportive and always emotionally available to her and all this crap, being the shoulder to cry on. But at the same time, a lot of them want to go out with the bad boys and party.
That's right. Exactly. And not only this, not only do they want their cake and eat it too, they'll call you the bad guy for not letting them have maximum freedom, right? You're controlling. You're the worst. You're A word. You're M word, right? Because you won't let me go out and bang Brad while you're, you know, while you're at home cleaning the dishes.
Pick a lane.
even with that, your mind is always elsewhere. You're always living for the weekend in anticipation of talking to them or seeing them. Ultimately, that prevents you from being present and living your life.
By the way, have you guys noticed that the girl has a little bit of like, you know, like the eyes? Guys, just look at the eyes, okay? Just while she's talking, just look at the eyes, okay?
Remember, I would always calculate the time for when I need to talk to him on FaceTime, missing out on so many spontaneous and fun moments with my friends or just
look at this paused frame, okay? Do I need to say more? Something is wrong here.
Meeting people.
Translation: the fact that I had a boyfriend prevented me from talking to and seeing other dudes, which, by the way, guys, I really don't think in this woman's instance it prevented her all that much.
Nope.
Okay, girls who complain this much about being tied down by a dude and, you know, wanting to go out there and experience things, typically these women end up cheating on their boyfriends, and then what they do is they break up with their boyfriend like a short time after they cheat on the guy, just so that they can have no moral culpability for what.
Right. We were quote unquote on a break, you know? We were already broken up. Secretly, she had cheated on him like 5 times before, you know? Just totally disrespecting the relationship, you know, what she's supposed to be doing, and so on, right? No, you gotta enjoy your girl power, your girl boss phase, or whatever you want to call it, your talking stage.
They did. I'm sure you guys have seen that like many times over, where you'll have someone like break up with someone after they cheated, but if they kind of rationalize it in their brain, like, oh, if I break up with the guy or if I break up with the girl, you know, a couple days after I cheat on them, then it's almost like I didn't cheat on them.
Take it from someone who tried it, realized how depressed it made her,
look at that.
ended it, and then got all of her serotonin back.
Yeah, I also made reference to this, that getting all the serotonin back means sleeping with all the Brads and Chads and, you know, whatever other word you want to use, Tyrones in the neighborhood. You know, like, yeah, what a terrible guy the boyfriend was for tying her down, you know? He was so controlling, he was so A-word, he was so M-word, for not letting her spread her wings and be free, you know? What a terrible man. Let's go tell all of the friends about this. You're so bad. The worst man in the world.
Number 2, no, all of your problems are now going to be solved once you get to college.
What does that even mean? That's not a grammatically correct expression. No, not all your problems are going to be solved once you go to college. And for you, who got that, you know, useless degree, which is just a piece of paper that you might as well throw in the trash for $10,000 or more, $20,000, whatever. Yeah, your problems have only just begun, because now you're in student debt up to your neck. And now you got to convince a guy to marry you to solve that student debt while also being an alpha widow. So it's literally everything wrong. Like before, women used to go to university so they could marry a guy with a university degree and get their MRS degree. Nowadays, they're becoming strong, independent boss babes saying they don't need a man, never marrying. Then they're 35 plus and they want a guy to solve their student debt issue. They want a guy to solve their single mother issue. They want a guy to solve all their issues. Like, that's not the life plan, how it's supposed to go.
Just knowing this before you get to college with your duffel and your rose-colored glasses and realize that now you have to worry about XYZ will really prevent you from being disappointed.
I don't know what kind of clowns are going into college these days, guys. Like, my opinion of college is incredibly low. Okay,
Agreed.
A lot of the times, you know, they just sell you basically useless degrees.
Yep.
And it's, you know, it's an excuse for a lot of people to blow their parents' money to put off adulthood because they can just get in debt, not do anything about it until they're 30.
It's absolutely true. Like, most university degrees, unless you're getting a serious career out of it, are worthless pieces of paper. They're trash. You could just throw it in the garbage. It does absolutely nothing for you. It's just high school 2.0 for so many people. You think that women's studies degree or that liberal arts degree or political science or whatever it is you're doing that wastes your time, you think that's going to help you? It's totally worthless garbage. You shouldn't waste your time on that. You might as well be going to college to be a plumber, electrician, you know, a carpenter, whatever. That'd be much better. You'd actually get a job that gives you good money as opposed to whatever this garbage is. Now, of course, if you want to go to IT, become a programmer or whatever, become a lawyer, doctor, or, you know, pharmacist, accountant, etc., that's a different story, right? But these jobs are incredible, right? In terms of the pay, at least they're not terrible, right? In 2023, who knows? Like, all the prices are going up, so maybe not. But at least before, this used to be a thing.
Okay, it's just a complete and utter waste of time, in my opinion,
Agreed.
unless you're studying something that actually has merit. But a lot of these people, they're just going to college to defer adulthood and go out there and have fun and party. So, again, I don't know what kind of clowns are going into college.
This girl's a perfect example of that. like the way that she talks about university, she talks about it like it's one big party, right? It's not studying, it's not, you know, focusing on your future, it's not building yourself up to be better in 10 years, you know, than you were, or to make a better life than your parents had. You know, no, it's not about that. It's about you know, Brad and Chad and Tyrone, and how you can hook up with them, and how, you know, don't drink too much because you'll do silly things, tee-hee, and all this garbage. You'll Snapchat a nip slip, haha. You know, like, that's not what university is about. You're wasting your time, money, effort, and ultimately, by becoming multi-alpha widowed, your future. Oh, and you're getting in debt too. It's like literally all the worst possible things, all back to back.
Like thinking that you're not going to have to worry about things. You're just like postponing your future, basically.
Sodom and Gomorrah, literally.
From being disappointed. Yeah, sure, a huge obstacle is out of the way, you got into college, but what you don't realize is that life goes on and you're going to be tested in many other ways. But the good news is...
Indeed, you're going to be tested in 10 years when you hit the wall and you're multi-alpha widowed. You're going to be tested.
It's nothing that you can't already handle. Number 3, don't make out with random guys you've just met in public when you go out.
Oh... yeah, red flag. Huge red flag. I mean, I already mentioned it at the beginning of the video, right? Let's see what Taylor has to say.
I'm going to have to pause it here, guys. And yes, you heard her correctly, okay? One of this woman's pieces of advice is to not make out with the random dudes in public that they've just met.
In public? She doesn't even say don't do it. She says just do it in private. Like, it's... guys, it's nuts.
You see, this is the kind of crap I'm talking about, guys, when you look at modern day dating, and some of these people are just so clueless. Like, imagine you're a dude in the future, and you're looking for a wife, okay? And, you know, this is the girl, and, you know, you think that she's the one or whatever, and then you come to find out she said crap like this on the internet. Okay? The types of people that need the advice of don't make out with random dudes are already so far gone.
Literally.
You know, and men can't even say this stuff without getting publicly shamed. Like, oh, I don't want a wife who just, you know, has made out with random dudes throughout her college years. Like, if you say that crap in a lot of Western day society, you just get called the M word, right? Or you're an...
yeah, you're an A word, you're an M word, you're controlling, you're insecure, small D energy, all that garbage, right?
I sell, or you're this, or you're that. But at the end of the day, it's just gross, man. It really is.
Indeed.
Now, most of us have been there, but please, please avoid doing this. Now, unless you're in
most of us have been there is a gigantic red flag.
some random country with some random guy you know you're not gonna see, it's just kind of messy. But no.
Ah, right. Because the action itself doesn't matter. It's how people will perceive you as a result of this action. You have to be more sneaky. Right. It's not about integrity. It's not about honor. It's not about, you know, doing the right thing even when no one's watching. No, no. You have to make sure that no one's watching so that you can just do whatever you want without consequence. I see. There's totally no consequence to writing the CC at this age. No, it's all fine. All right. On to the Reddit post. Relationship advice posted 6 hours ago. Okay, so here's the title. And it's all in the title, by the way, guys. So she's 26. She's slowly realizing that her husband, who's 28, is just a giant piece of Play-Doh. And she doesn't know how to proceed. So, you see, it's already done. We've been together for over 3 years, living together for over 2, and married for a year and a half. He can be intelligent, creative, and thoughtful, but I'm realizing none of it is him. It's just what he thinks he should be doing, and he doesn't actually seem to have any substance to him. He's very insecure to the point of mentally shutting down anytime anything is perceived as negative happens or is said to him. If he misses a spot when washing the dishes, and I noticed when I was putting them away, I'd just say something like, hey, there's still a ring of coffee in there. I'm going to put it back in the sink so whoever does this next can wash them again. I can no longer do this because he acts as if I'm insulting his very existence. But I just wanted to let him know so he didn't wonder why it was back in the sink. I don't think he was always like this, but I'm beginning to wonder if I just overlooked it before. But stuff like this I can deal with, I think. It's getting so much worse now, and I'm starting to wonder if there'll ever be any improvement. He doesn't seem to have any morals or beliefs, or even strong interests. When we started dating, he seemed to hold all the same beliefs about the world that I did, same political views, etc. But it turns out he was just agreeing with everything I was saying, throwing in the right buzzwords to convince me he felt the same way before he met me. And he hadn't even heard of half of it before. He claims he loves disc golf, but he never does it. Occasionally I'll make plans for us to go to a local course, and I'll read a book or whatever, and I love it. I love sitting in nature, walking through the woods. I just don't like throwing discs often. He insists that I'm miserable, that I hate it, and that he can't go unless I want to throw discs too. Because it's just so awful for me to have to sit in the woods, which I literally do for fun anyways. No matter how I try to explain it, he convinces himself that he knows what I really mean. He doesn't know how to talk about anything important. If I ask for his opinion, an idea, suggestion, anything, he might give me one. But if I ask him to explain more or ask for elaboration, he insists that I wouldn't be asking if I didn't think it was a stupid idea. But I don't feel that way at all. I just want to understand more. I want his unique perspective. But after a very long talk the other day, I learned that he just doesn't have any unique perspectives. Everything he knows, believes, etc. is because someone else told him, and they're smarter than him, so he just believes it. He has a lot of strange beliefs about life because of it. If he sees something on a Facebook post, he takes it as fact and goes around telling everyone how much he knows about it. I don't even know how to properly explain it because it's so severely illogical. And lately, when I try talking to him about something, he just stares at me. I ask him questions, I try to understand his thoughts and stuff, and he gets mad. He insists that it's just unrealistic for me to expect him to have a thought-out answer to simple things like, what do you think the best way to pay off our credit cards would be? He says he doesn't know enough about credit cards to have any ideas, and I try to teach him, but he doesn't try to learn on his own. He insists that I should be teaching him everything, and that I just don't care about him, and he insists that he do it on his own. But that's not the case. He reads so much into everything I say, he looks for hidden meanings. If I don't understand something and ask for more information, he decides that what I really mean is that it's a stupid idea and he's stupid for saying that. I don't know how to interact with him anymore. I can't talk to him without him telling me how much of a monster I am for telling him he's so stupid. But if I ask when I said he was stupid, he brings up 50 things that I just wanted more info on or wanted to understand, and insists that I wouldn't have asked that if I didn't think he was stupid. There's no logic to his thoughts, he just reacts. I make a tiny suggestion and he completely does a 180 on everything. The tiniest outside opinion changes his entire worldview. He's like a piece of Play-Doh. There doesn't seem to be any actual substance to him. He's just shaped and reshaped by literally everything he's exposed to. He's in therapy, but he's not being honest with his therapist about stuff, and he doesn't seem to realize just how dysfunctional his thinking is. I can't talk to him about it because it means that I'm calling him stupid and worthless and a million other things that I don't say, but he somehow hears. He accuses me of saying sentences that never come out of my mouth, and seems to literally believe that he heard them. I just don't know what to do anymore or how to get him help. I'm sorry if this wasn't well explained, as I'm struggling to wrap my head around it, but I need advice, help, anything. Even if our relationship doesn't last, I care about him and want him to get the help he needs. The lack of logic is starting to scare me, and him believing I'm saying things that I'm not is terrifying sometimes. It's actually not what the girl is complaining about. The girl is complaining about the guy having no frame. The second any little thing happens, he shifts 180 degrees. He just changes his mind on what he believes. There's no stability to him. So she can't, he's not the tree, he's not the rock, he's not the foundation of the relationship. Because he's leaning on her. You see, guys? That's the problem here. Okay, top comment. This is not really something you can help him with. He needs serious professional help where he's honest to the professionals. It's actually not true. He needed a better father figure. He needs to understand the RP, essentially. Because he doesn't understand what men need to do. Right? He doesn't understand the role of a man. He's fully been brainwashed by society. He's just a useful idiot, as you can see. Alright. We're going to end the video there. Again, if you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit that sub, hit all for notifications. Go to my Patreon and subscribe. Patreon.com/theheliosblog. Again, it's patreon.com/theheliosblog. Drop me a donation like Hunter M, Adrian R, Tom M. Link is in the description. Just click on more underneath the video. Buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I will see you next time.